Welcome in, Kuma Crew. It is once again your favourite friendly despair bear, Annakuma, and I'm back with a review. Both a full game review of a demo review game and a Keymailer game. For I am here to talk about Harold Rabbit, Finder of Lost Things. Thank you so much Fastfood Publishing for trusting me with a key. For anyone who actually likes my videos and keeps up with my doings, you might notice that I put the demo review up very recently. Because I hope I do these things back to back maybe. I don't know, you know my schedule. That's because I knew Harold came out in April. A whole bunch of these demos just released all at the same time, and I had to pick and choose what was most important. But then I got a key for it, and it got bumped up as most things in my life tend to be. So we're here to talk about Harold. For a start, the game isn't long. It took less than 2 hours to complete, and that was with me getting really lost and actually trying to find if anyone had a guide to follow. They didn't. Thankfully, I took about 2 more minutes to figure out what to do. More on that in a bit though. In the demo review, I said I didn't think it would be long. It feels like a very simplistic game for kids, and in a way, it does kind of work. Like a Pajama Sam game, in that it has some kind of message for kids in there. Maybe? So Harold Rabbit is a point-and-click adventure game where you play as this psychotic rabbit named Harold. Okay, I joke. He's just a little eager to wake everyone up at the brink of dawn with his little trumpet. Right from the off, you can see where this is going as everyone grins and bears this need to wake everyone up every day. Day 1 is basically the tutorial and the demo for the game. It does go on a little longer, but not by much. Maud is hidden in our pen. We have to find it, and after that we're gonna go out and explore the world a little bit, meet the other characters, and see the few other places there are to visit. There isn't much to it, and the map, for lack of a better way to explain this area, is really well laid out and easy to read. The only other places you visit are the seaside and Margaret's house, but you do get to see the badgers go into their home and play on the seesaw, whilst the mole pops up to talk to you in his mound. Day 2 is when our mystery happens, and boy is it a silly one. Now this game is only, as I said, under 2 hours long, and whilst the rest of this review might not sell the game to you, I do think it is worth supporting it, so I won't spoil anything else about the game. Sadly, the visuals might spoil a little as there won't be a great variety of clips to pick from, but I'll do my best to try to stay as spoiler-free as possible. So let me start with the negatives. This game is rough gameplay-wise. I said it in the demo review and I'll say it again here. It was a chore to play at times. It looks like we'll be getting a second Harold game, so I'm going to turn these negatives into things I want to see in the second game in the hopes that my nothing opinion on the internet will help it. First up, it is too difficult to click on items. The hitboxes for items need to be a little bit bigger and easier to understand. That includes talking to characters as well. Characters need defined hitboxes. One way this can be helped is having a simple highlight around the items as you pass over something. Like for example, the items we have to show to characters. Or indeed, the magnifying glass itself. There isn't many times where I had to use an item with someone other than Harold, who himself probably has a giant hitbox. But when I did, it was so difficult to find the right spot to hit. We also need to work on that hotspot detector. In fact, we probably need to teach them what a hotspot detector should be. Again, I talk about this in the demo review, but one of the worst things this game does is make you rely on a hotspot detector. Now, if this was baked in, like for example in Duck Detective, you just get over it. It's there already, in your face, it's part of the game. With it hidden, you don't really want to rely on it, but it was hard to figure out sometimes what the game wanted from you. That being said, this pile of dirt never stopped having a hotspot on it, even though it was absolutely pointless after the first time you click on it. And pretty much 90% of the hotspots you'll see are just there for funsies and not actually for any real reason. Like there is never a reason to look into Maud's house from what I know, but the hotspot detector on her house is always there. I also think removing the magnifying glass from the inventory itself would be the best idea. Have it on the side with the inventory to make it stand out that it needs to be used. It is about the only item that needs to be used, so keep it easy for people to use it. And I just said use a lot in one sentence. I am sorry about that. Now I think I'm at my second biggest bugbear for the game. What the hell was the puzzle with the clues? So in the tutorial, we get clues, but to use the clues, you drag them onto Harold. Right-clicking to look at items never really does anything in day one. You just get a cute little art piece come up. I walked around for like 20 minutes confused, and it was because in day 2, the only way to progress is to look at the pieces of paper to see the clues for Harold to then decide he had enough clues to figure out who did it. There's no indication that that is what I'm meant to be doing. There's no reason that Harold needed to look at these clues. It was the biggest waste of time, and I don't mind spoiling that one thing because it will drive you insane if you aren't just right-clicking on everything for no reason. You either need to make it clear right from the beginning that right-clicking to look will be really important later on, or just not have it as a way to progress the story. Even a tiny bit of dialogue would be nice. That being said, my biggest bugbear was the dialogue. Or the boxes, the text skipping, like it was just all over the place, guys. Even if I did get told everything above, so much of the dialogue just skipped for no reason. It was so slow, which is a crime in itself, because I'm impatient. Not because it's an actual crime, but I'm just impatient. But if you clicked on it, you're in danger of skipping everything and not just skipping to the point. Even then, sometimes if you don't press a thing, the text will just skip either way. I missed loads of text because it just ran past the last paragraph the moment it posted it. Please just have one small text box at the bottom of the screen and make sure you need to click it to move forward, but make the text faster or give it a click to speed up then click the move on option. Now the dialogue might not have been Shakespeare, but I was enjoying it. There were a few silly mistakes here and there, but seeing the game started with welcome spelt this way, I was guessing the game probably was translated into English, and honestly, it gave it some charm. But if I can't read it at all, then there is no charm to be had. Just one angry bear that is being dragged out of the story to whine about not being able to read the story. All that being said, I loved the game. No, honestly, I did. The story was kind of one of those silly moral stories that Pajama Sam used to do. It was all about communication and finding better ways to deal with things that upset you. It was silly and simple, but it worked. Sam always had silly ways to tell people not to be scared of things, and I feel that it worked here too. Harold isn't annoying. I played it up a little on stream because that's what streamers do, but he wasn't an annoying character. He was quite pleasant, and it was obvious the characters cared about him. The various characters we meet had personalities. Not much, but it was kind of like one of those old British TV shows that just had play toys talking and one narrator doing all the voices. It felt comfy and sweet, and I genuinely loved spending time in it. I guessed the story just by playing the demo. For an adult, it was obvious, but I think the journey to get to the end was fantastically written. All my complaints of gameplay aside, it didn't make it difficult to navigate to the point I wanted to give up. It annoyed me, but that was because I was enjoying the game, so these things made me wish it was a cleaner experience. Harold's world is beautiful as well. I really like the art style. Again, it looked like an old picture book you'd read when you were very young, and that style worked for it. I loved when you moved towards the worms they hide away, the badgers going into their home after playing at the beach was cute, and I loved that the mole was painting when we told him what was going on in our investigation. Sure, it is very simple. There isn't much animation to it. Most characters have one expression and sit in the same place doing nothing, but again, it isn't aimed at adults, and it isn't there to be a masterpiece. It felt, once more, and I can't say it enough, like those old cartoons that were just simple and there to tell a story for little kids. So guys, this is why I want people to play this. I genuinely think, with some tweaks, this could be a great series of games for so many people. Sure, the story in this one didn't do much, but I think a bunch of small tales for kids that over time gets better mechanically for adults to play as well, and the Harold games could be worth our time. I genuinely think with some tweaks, this could be a great series of games for so many people. Sure, the story in this one didn't do much, but I think a bunch of small tales for kids that over time gets better mechanically for adults to play as well will make the Harold games worth our time. Fastwood Publishing obviously cares about making a sweet little adventure that has younger audiences in mind as well. I'd like to see them be able to grow and for Harold to evolve in time. They have so many things right as well. You don't need to overpopulate the world. The small size of the map and very few screens to navigate keep the story going strong. The characters you meet are funny and interesting, and Harold isn't annoying, even if in story he is kind of annoying. That's the whole point with this little trumpet. That's the whole point of kids media. All of kids' characters are annoying. Kids are annoying. Harold is annoying, but he's not to play as. There is a lot of charm here, and for £5, you really aren't losing out. Hoping for the best for Harold in the future. Game is kind of a 5 out of 10 for me. Good ideas, nice unique style, and worth the money, but can be a chore to play. If you would like to support the team, then the link to the game is in the description below. Please at least give them a wish list, give them some love. Now, if you'd like to continue to support this bear here, and I don't know why this has become a thing, but I like saying it so it will continue to be a thing, then please leave a like on this video, comment below on whether you'd like to be woken up by a trumpet every morning, and subscribe. Also, follow me over at twitch.tv/Annakuma for more gaming 5 days a week, where I focus on point and clicks on a Monday. When this comes out, I might still be doing Old Skies. Who knows? That's a freaking good game too. As always though, thank you for watching, and bye-bye.